We've just come into the district of Stirling from the Highlands, coming down Tyndrum. Thick fog down Glenorchy way. Just run into traffic here, which is why I'm filming a little, because got to go quite slowly during this sort of thing. Got to go quite slowly. So it's all still very white. Did I mention the thick fog through Glenorchy? But yes, all very pleasant. Very white now. Progress is good. Here we are. One of my kind of... there's a Dexter hair there. Dexter hair on my camcorder. One of my usual stopping off spots. Just a few miles past Crianlarich. Progress is good. Traffic's been mostly quite quiet. The odd small clump a bit here and there. Thankfully mostly turning off to other directions. We lost a lot that went off towards Glasgow. Be a lot of day trippers out in the Highlands today, I expect. So quite dark already, quite dark. Oh, there we are. See a bit better there. See if we hold the camera up. Temperature is 1 Celsius according to Henry. It was -2 just a little bit ago. -2 coming through Crianlarich. It probably shows that it's gone up as we stopped. Time for a couple of Scotch pies and a couple of Kit Kats and a nice hot coffee here, I think. And a little bit of shut-eye. 2:20. I don't plan to set off till about 3 o'clock. Or a little sooner if it just happens to fit in that gap. There we are, just as the last upper slopes have a bit of sun left on them. We had a cup of coffee, we had a Kit Kat, we had a Scotch pie. We had 10 minutes, slightly more than 10 minutes eyes shut. 13 minutes. And now we feel a lot better and ready to push on. Or push off. Whichever the case may be. But proceed on our way. Abington Services. Bit of a pea soup around here. Not serious, but noticeable. There we are. Not really the weather for the high contrast option on the camera now. So yeah, it's a bit foggy around Abington. I stopped in for a brunch, which is a bit like a breakfast, but not as good. Sort of a breakfast with less stuff, but chips to go with it. So the chips weren't very good, so it's certainly not as good as a breakfast, but it was alright. And a hearty mug of tea. And I also got to blow my nose and took a fairly decent sized dump. So I took on what I wanted and left what I wanted. So it's a pretty good stop, all told. Quite pleased with that. It's definitely fog light weather. Henry had his front and rear fog lights on for a little while on the way around here, between here and Glasgow. Not that we go through Glasgow, we sort of go around the side of it, thankfully. And on we go. T-Bay. Probably due to concentrating on the fog. We've had fog pretty much all the way from Glasgow. Fairly thick, a lot of it, you know, thick for motorway driving anyway. Doing 30 along local streets would be fine, but it's a bit off-putting on a motorway. So here we are at the dog walking area. I think that's a dog walking area just over there. Every time I stop at T-Bay, there seems to be a little more in the car park. Yeah. Charging up for electric cars over there. We somehow went straight past the turn that we normally take up the northward there that goes over the bridge over the hotel. We normally go to the little lakey area up there just because it's a bit scenic. Went straight past that accidentally, and we've come all the way through the car park to the very east side of the complex. And by the charging for electric cars, every time I come to T-Bay there seems to be another bit in the car park that I've never seen before. It's quite strange. At least on the southbound side. Maybe they keep building onto it, I don't know. Plenty of parking, that's for sure. Not much of it news tonight. Should be home well on schedule. I said I'd get back between 9 and 10. Should manage it by 9, I think, at this rate. Quick shut-eye here and a quick cup of coffee afterwards. There we are. 23 minutes shut-eye, during which I slept briefly and feel quite reset. 2 cups of coffee, 2 swift leaks, and we'll get Henry a drink of 95 Ron on the way out. And that will probably be our last stop. If it is, then I'm expecting home about 9:15, something like that. 9:15ish, 9:20, say, probably.